welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for Aries. Let's call in spirit with some wind chime time. Gotta be careful with my wand, I might take out that big pillar candle. Alright, I totally planned it. I wore red for you guys so that I could look great with the board here that I have for fire signs. I'm going to start with the Black Tarot today, Aries. Let's see what we have. I hope you are doing well and that you are enjoying the day. Let's see. What do we have for Aries, please? Nine of Spheres. Spheres in the Black Tarot is the Pentacle suit. I always mix those up. Suit. Here we have the concept that somebody is able to be independent. So Aries, I'm kind of getting the impression that you may have had a decent amount of experience in your lifetime of having to kind of cobble things together or beg, borrow, steal, whatever you had to do to make sure that you could provide for whatever family you have, for yourself, make sure that you could cover the bills. And I don't feel like you're just a horrible person with money at all. I think there's just a battle or a long hill that you have climbed in terms of getting to a point where you can like confidently say like, nah, my shit's handled. I'm good. Like, you are stepping into this maturity when it comes to your finances. And it's being noticed by other people. Because when I look at this card, I can't help but feel like it looks like the Eiffel Tower. Just like the shape of it, of course. I can acknowledge that it's a tree. That's what it actually is. But it makes me think that there's something that you're doing, Aries, something that can be seen for a while. So it's like your stature is getting taller. And with the Eiffel Tower vibe from it, it's making me feel like you're being noticed by people. So good for you. And we've got the Six of Swords coming out with the Lovers. Okay. So Aries, you may have also had a struggle on the love side of the equation in your life. And here we have the Six of Swords, which means moving to calmer waters. So things may have been choppy or difficult or even scary at times. And now we have a sense that things are getting better in your love life. I should say, too, the Lover's card isn't always about love, right? It's communicating that there's a major choice to be made. And when we have that Lover's card sitting next to the Six of Swords, and on the other side of that is the Nine of Spheres, it really makes me feel like from a Pentacle side of the equation, career, finances, and, emotions and heart, there is something improving. Look at how we have three swords pointing this way, three swords pointing that way. There is a sense of calm coming in for you in multiple areas of your life, Aries. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. You have done the work, Aries. Pat yourself on the back. Treat yourself. Because you have good karma coming in. So we have the Four of Pentacles or Spheres and the Empress. Aries, there's something about yourself that you have held back from others that pertains to being creative or creating something. Notice she's preggers. There's a life or an idea that's inside of you. Look at how similar this card is. It's like a weird little alien dude, but he looks pregnant too, right? Aries, this is you. You've got something that started up here and grew in here. There's something you want to do, and Spirit is wanting you to no longer hold back. Spirit is saying, cultivate that, make it what you want, but at some point you're going to have to release it into the world, right? That brilliance that you have inside of you. Look at that star inside of your brain. Ooh. All right, what else do we have for Aries, please? This is cool. You have 2 10s coming out at the same time here, Aries, and tell me in the comments if I'm wrong, because it's happened only 3 times, back in 1997, but still. I feel like when I read with the Santa Muerte deck for you a couple weeks back, there was a situation where you had all 4 10s come out, and here we have 2 10s coming out. You got 2 more? This is the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Aries, there's something here pertaining to your love life that has been a burden for you. And it hasn't been easy, but I think you've finally seen the light in terms of how to put that burden down so that you can focus on what it is that you're meant to do here. We all have a purpose, and sometimes we get caught up in the things that we feel like should have been for us that aren't for us. But do you see the contrast in these 2 cards? There is an ending here of the burdens, a letting go. That's why this is clarifying the 6 of Swords, right? And the 10 of Cups is clarifying the 9 of Spheres. So Aries, this is all like a horse before the cart kind of thing, right? Like, we all want things to help us do better in our life. So, I want an amazing partner so that I can do better in my job. But what if the solution is you do better in your job because you're strong enough to do that all on your own? You don't need anybody else. You have everything within you. Look at all this magic in you. Look at that. The Empress. Now we have a period of brilliance and happiness. The sun is coming out after a period of, look at you being your own light in the universe, surrounded by darkness. Now it's time for your brightness, your brilliance to light up the entire, we'll go for world, okay? Now we have the 4 of Wands and the Page of Spheres. There is redemption here. With the 4 of Wands, you can see we've got almost like a stairway to heaven, right? There is a departure here for you from the pain and the suffering and the burdens, and an ascension, really. You're moving to the next level in the game, this could be you going to boss level, right? You gotta get ready. But your 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Spheres card, the way you started off the reading, moving into the 10 of Cups, is telling me that when you get your shit together as an individual, excluding anybody else, right? Like, hey, I got this, I got my own place, I got my transportation, I got a cool job, a really cool cat, whatever it is that makes that home for you, that stability all on your own, that's drawing in the love that you want, the support that you want, the soul tribe that you want. And with the Page of Spheres, it might feel like a whole new way of living, or you might feel like you have to kind of adjust, but it's going to be stability for you. It's going to be beautiful. That was cool. Alright, we've got the King of Spheres and the Knight of Spheres. Do you know what I see here, Aries? Is I see somebody who has matured. Somebody who was maybe, yeah, the Knight is the lighter colored one. Somebody who was maybe a little bit more prone to inconsistency or unwilling to live authentically, unwilling to move when there was something that gave you the passion to be able to accomplish something that seemed kind of crazy, but you didn't want. Now you're moving away from that. You're not this immature person anymore. You are a King of Spheres now. You may have Earth in your chart, but you don't have to. That would be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And yet, oh, I love this. Okay, do you see how we have like almost like a root system over here? And then we have like a tree actually like growing. So it's like you had some pretty major things happen to you over the last, let's call it decade, Aries, that has really helped you to understand what kind of foundation you need to build under the ground, under the surface level of who you are, so that you can see that intent to mature grow into something magnificent and immovable. You know, when you find your truth, when you live an authentic life, when you consistently demonstrate for others the importance of your own morals, you are this giant mammoth tree that no one can fucking move. Like, I don't care what kind of tornado 5 you want to throw at me. Like, I'm not going to change my feathers. I am who I am. That's what this is saying. Good for you. That's rad. See, even with the Black Tarot, we can get a positive message here, you guys. I love this deck. Alright, we have the Queen of Spheres and the Six of Wands. Aries, this is your divine counterpart here. You're the King of Spheres. The Queen of Spheres is right around the corner. In a lot of ways, this top line for me helps me understand the foundation or the past. This middle row is like present for me, right? Like what current changes are happening, what's in motion right now. And this last line is like, all right, so what's around the corner? Victory and love, my friend. Victory and love. You've got your divine counterpart coming around. Keep in mind the genders don't really matter when it comes to tarot. We all have feminine and masculine energies within us, okay? So you better believe that there are times where I come across as a King of Swords. Alright, and also the Fool. Alright, Four of Wands. Tell me more about the Four. That just hit me in the face, you guys. Okay, so that kind of makes me feel, Aries, that when this good shit happens for you, it's going to kind of be like a cold drink thrown in your face. Like, oh, I've been shoveling shit for a while here. I'm really not used to this refreshing, like, good stuff. Come again? We have the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Wands. The Seven of Swords is coming after the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands. Tarot is like a chart, right? Like there's so many different dimensions. This Seven of Swords, like, it's like my least favorite card, you guys. But let me tell you why I love this. It is surrounded by positivity. You have Six of Wands, victory, to the left. You have Four of Wands, redemption, above it. You have the Ace of Wands to the right, new beginnings. Spirit wants you, Aries, to move in silence. I'm going to say that again because this is really fucking important for you. Don't go bragging about what you're going to do, what you've just accomplished. If you win the lottery, don't post it on fucking Facebook. Okay, you guys? You have something amazing coming in here. Probably more than one thing. Don't feel the need to broadcast your success. Don't tell people, hey, I'm a millionaire now. Because that invites people to come in to ruin your things, to spoil your wins. So can you tell your good friends? Can you tell your mama? Can you tell your, cousin? You know best, right? You need to use your discernment. But the Seven of Swords is saying you need to move in silence about the really good shit that happens to you to make sure you're not inviting in the old shit from your past to try to ruin it. What does that mean? Let's use the lottery example, right? You post on Facebook and you're like, holy fuck, I actually won. This never happens to me. This is so exciting. And then before you know it, people are asking, how much did you win? Then people look it up online and they're like, oh, I need some money. Maybe Billy's gonna loan me some money. Maybe Billy is a little too nice to have all that money and it should be mine. So that's what I'm saying. Just when we have these amazing things happen after some difficulties, it can be really exciting to think about, oh, I'm going to share this with people. But you got to be careful and intentional with where you share your good news, which seems a little counterintuitive, but don't worry. Things will be shared as they should be, right? As far as external to you. 5 of Swords and 3 of Wands. This 5 of Swords is clarifying the Knight of Spheres, Pentacles. There's something you had to walk away from here, Aries. There's something you had to admit defeat in, and it was a very painful admission of defeat. You didn't want to take the L on that particular situation, but this situation is what's made you who you are today. The situation has made you strong, okay? So don't focus on the things that didn't go the way you want in the past. Focus instead on what you learned, because that wisdom is not something that is easily obtained, right? You know firsthand. And 3 of Wands. Spirit wants you to anticipate and believe, have faith when it comes to the good things coming in. Have faith and confidence in the changes that you have made in yourself, the new person that you are. No one defines who you are. You define who you are by your actions and by your words and your morals. Aries, you have become a force to be reckoned with, right? So don't let anybody tell you who you are, what you're capable of. You know what's coming your way. All right, I hope you found that helpful. What a beautiful reading, Aries. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.